Hey guys, my name is Joanna and welcome to my channel. I would love to have you a subscriber, so please hit that little subscribe button and that notification bell so you get notified when I post new content. So today I got some Milk makeup products. Now these are not new products to you, but they're new to me. Today I am wearing a full face. I also did use Milani Gilded Terra eyeshadow palette, and also prep my skin with the Tower28 face spray. And if you want to see how I got this look with a full face of Milk makeup products, then please stay tuned and keep watching. Hey guys, so I popped on here tonight. I wanted to try some products that I had just gotten in the mail today. Earlier today I did try this is the tinted moisturizer, I guess, the skin tint, but I wanted to do kind of like a full face with some of the products that I got. So let's get started. So guys, just a little side note, I did want to mention that I have been using the Tower28 spray. Now this, I had gotten actually a smaller version of this to try it out and really liked it, so I decided to get the larger one. What I found with it is that I have very, very dry skin, and it has actually helped with a lot of the flaking that I've been getting. We've only used it a couple of times, so I continue using this. Some people say that it smells a little funny like pool water, but to be honest with you, it is accepted by the National Eczema Association, so I definitely like the quality of it, and I saw some difference. So I'm going to keep using that after my shower. I did use this to sort of prep my skin. First, I'm going to use the Hydro Grip Set and Refreshing Spray. Usually I think I would use this afterwards, but I don't think I have a primer. Or is this their primer? Now I'm forgetting. Is this the Hydro Grip primer? I'm not really 100% sure. But anyway, I'm going to use it as the primer because I don't have anything else from them. So we're going to start with this. So we're going to let that sit for a few minutes, at least 30 seconds. While that is drying, I'm going to show you guys. Now, Milk makeup has a lot of these, like these sort of like sticks, if you want to call it. What I found odd is when I ordered them, some of them came in the large size, and then other ones came in these little small sizes. Now, when I ordered it, it didn't tell me that I was buying a mini size, so I was a little confused when some came like this and other ones came like this. It kind of confused me. So either they were out, because I know I've seen people with the larger size, so I was just a little confused why I got the small ones. I do see that the price was less than the larger ones, but I will say the amount of product you get in a small one is about 1/5 of what you get in the large one, and this is about half the price. So just a side note, I think it's always better that you get the larger size. You're going to get a lot more product for your money's worth. Just a side note on that. First, I'm going to try this cooling water stick. It supposedly has a coolness to it. It's a very large stick, so I'm going to see. This is probably one that would probably work best in a smaller size. It's just harder to get underneath your eyes, but I'm going to be using my mirror here because I'm not wearing contacts, because I've been having problems with my contacts. I've actually been just having problems with my eyes for some reason. My right eye has been causing me a lot of problems and irritation after using contacts for a short while. It felt like an allergy in my eye on occasion, so just to avoid any issues, I am avoiding using contacts. So I have my mirror here so I can actually see. Right now things are half blurry, so that's kind of the life of having bad eyesight. It does feel a little cool underneath the eyes. It's supposed to help with like the bagginess, puffiness. Is supposed to kind of minimize that. I tend to not have too much of a puffy eye or much discoloration. I do have some fine lines and wrinkles, but we're gonna see, because I kind of like a cooling effect. It's not as cool as I thought it was going to be, but there is a cooling sensation. It's actually died down already. So I did get the Sunshine Skin Tint. This is a broad spectrum SPF 30 sunscreen in this. And it is sort of a very unique sort of pump here. When you pop this off, you're going to hit this pump right here, and the product is going to come up this little thing here, and then you have a roller ball which is going to roll on the product. If you guys see, it kind of popped up on the top there. So we're going to apply this, and we're going to roll it directly on the face. It's kind of a weird sensation to apply it that way. I kind of feel like I have to keep pumping it. I know it's a skin tint, but I do like some decent coverage. So let's see. I'm going to go in with this Doe Color Flat Kabuki brush. And let's see how this kind of blends into the skin. Guys, if you hear like loud noises, it's just my neighbors are having a little bit of a party. They're having fun, so it doesn't bother me. But anyway, if you do hear loud noises, that's probably what that is. And just a side note, I'm actually wearing the Milk Makeup headband I got for free from ordering directly from their website. If you spend a certain amount, they do give you options for some 2 free items. So I ended up getting the headband, and I got a sample of their moisturizer, I think. Liking the application with the brush. I feel like it's settling. I mean, it's settling nicely. You can still see some little, like, obviously my imperfections here. The spray that I've been using was really good. It's helping with some of my acne scarring. I don't have any like full acne right now, but I do have my imperfection spots. And lately I've really been loving using skin tints, even though I, for the most part, really like good coverage. I don't like the feeling of full coverage. I like a lightweight formula. I just feel like with the mask that I'm wearing at work all day, I just don't like that heavy feeling. So I have been really into the skin tints, and honestly, I think we're going to see a lot more. There have been a lot of new products coming out, new skin products that are geared towards skin tints and light to medium coverage. And I really feel like that's where we're going now, with especially after the pandemic. I think everybody just wants something lightweight, more natural, more glowy. I'm really into that right now. So but anyway, I really like the coverage of this. It looks pretty good, actually. I like it. I mean, I still have texture. I have dryness all around here, and that's perfectly fine. I don't expect a product to like magically make that go away. I'm still working on the hydration of my skin and stuff, but I actually really like the way it looks. So let's try. I have the Flex Concealer Corrector. This is in the shade Vanilla. And let's see. I think this is supposed to be a medium coverage. I really don't need to use too much, but I'm going to use a little bit under my eyes just to kind of give it a little bit of a brightness. A little bit down my nose. And a little bit there. I'm going to use one of my Farmasi sponges. It's a little dirty right now, but it's the one that I had closest to me. So let's try this out a little bit. I mean, it's blending out nicely right into the skin. It's brightening it up. Yeah, I like it. It is definitely like melting together with the skin tint. No issues there. I know the lighting here is not too good tonight because I'm kind of like half in the dark and I just have this bright light on me. I definitely like it. I only went about 1 or 2 shades lighter than the skin tint, so it's not going to be like this super drastic difference between the concealer and the skin tint, but I did go about a shade or 2 lighter. Let me set underneath my eyes. I don't have a setting powder for Milk. I'm actually going to grab, hold on, because I don't have a setting powder, hold on. Making a mess. So I don't have a setting powder or anything for Milk, so I'm going to go in with my Charlotte Tilbury. This is her mini size because I am testing out Charlotte Tilbury. This is my first purchase from her, so I have some products of hers. So I did buy the small version so that I can try it out first. But anyway, this is her powder, and it is in the shade medium. And I'm going to go in with my Scott Barnes brush. This is sort of like an angle brush, which I'm going to use to set that with, this is number 64, Scott Barnes brush. Just going to dip that in. And I'm just going to set right where I put that concealer. I was out shopping at Target and my boyfriend and I were shopping. He said, pick out some things that you want and I'll buy them for you. I do a lot of like video watching and I kind of try to put down eyeshadow palettes that are recommended, and I sort of like keep a collection. So sometimes I have things written down that, you know, in the future at some point I'll end up buying. On my list was the Milani Gilded Terra palette. This one they had in Target, so I decided to buy 2. I got the nudes and I got the Terra. I thought maybe I would go in with the Terra palette today because I want a little bit of color, but this is the eyeshadow palette. I'm just going to use some Farmasi brushes. Now, remember, I am a beauty influencer with Farmasi, and that's Farmasi with an S-I, not Farmasi with a C-Y. This is the 04 Tapered Blending Brush, and I'm going to go in, I think I'm going to start with this Bloom color. This is sort of a light pinky sort of shade, a little powdery. And I'm just going to go in and do like a light crease. I've been playing a lot with trying to play with the application on my eyes. I usually go right into the spot, but when you open your eyes, you really don't see it. So I've been trying to really kind of use my brow bone as sort of like a reference. And I'm trying to stick with that brow bone, because I've always had a hard time trying to, you know, find the right placement of eyeshadow. And I always just usually do like around, you know, like this. And I end up not really having fun with the shape. So I'm trying to like kind of bring the shadow out more so that I can just have more fun with it. I'm going to do the other eye. I've been trying to bring it up high. You know, some people have that, you know, space up here. I don't have a lot of real estate, to be honest with you. This is my brow bone, and it's literally like right underneath my eyebrows. So I've been really playing with trying to just not be afraid to bring it all the way up, because I don't have a lot of real estate, and when I close my eyes, this color kind of goes away when I use a lid shadow. It's like you just get this little, the no filter, which is this one right here. I'm going to go a little darker, and I'm just going to deepen up that outer part and go right in that crease right there, trying not to be so neat. Like, I'm okay if I get a little messy, I could clean it up afterwards. But I feel like you lose real estate when you play too safe for me. I feel like there's a lot of missed opportunity to really kind of get that blended outlook and dimension when you want to go in with a darker shade, because if you're afraid to go out, that everything kind of like muddles together in one spot. I'm going to go in one more time with this dark shade just to make it a little darker. I'm also pretty heavy-handed, so I do know that I, kind of go a little crazy. But now that there's really less product on there, I'll blend it out. All right, let's go in with a smaller brush. I'm going to go in with this purple shimmery shade now, and I'm going to put that on the lid. Let's try it with a brush first. Usually I use my hands, but I'm kind of feeling like maybe I want to try it with the brush first. I feel like I'm getting the purple, but I'm not really getting the shimmer. So let's just match the other side. I'm going to go in with my finger. So I'm going with the dark. This is dark, and it's going to go all over the lid. It's not very shimmery. It's actually a little bit more matte than I thought it was going to be. I'm going to go in with Enjoy the View. This one, brighten up sort of like the inner half of my eyelid. So it's a little bit lighter. Now I'm sure if I were to use some sort of glue or moisten it, it would probably come up a little bit more shimmery. This is the eyeshadow brush in 06. This is the Farmasi brush. I used on the lid these two, so I'm going to go in with like this light color here. Take a Height color. It is a shimmer, but it's sort of a shade in between the two, and I'm just going to use that in between here, a way to blend the two colors together. This I think is this is the 13 lip brush in the Farmasi brush set. Since I already used this on the lid, I think I'm just going to go with this flat whitish kind of color and see what that does. It's called Unplugged, and let me see if that'll just brighten up underneath the eye. I really don't have the real estate underneath the brow, so in fact, didn't really need to do that. Oh, jeez. Didn't really need to do under the brow. But anyway, so that's my quick look. This is with the Gilded Terra Milani palette. This is the highlighter. All right, let's start with the bronzer. My little baby bronzer. This bronzer is in the shade Baked. Let's just draw it on. All right. All right, guys, so I'm going to go in with number 65, the Scott Barnes brush. This is one of his, like, fan brushes that is really good for that, like, kind of sculpting. And this is my first time trying this brush, so let us see how it works. So it's a very warm shade. I wasn't sure I would like it, but to be honest with you, it's blending out nice. Guys, who out there also has very watery eyes, this is why I really avoid using eyeliner. I grew up loving black eyeliner, but just the last number of years, I have just had allergy problems, and it just doesn't work for me. No, I can use a gel liner, but to be honest with you, it's just I wipe it away. This is a really nice color. Now I'm going to really buff it out. To be honest with you, I think I put too much because it's blending downward a little too much. But guys, if you see, it's actually blending. It's blending out to where, like, I didn't like how strong it was. It's actually blended to where it's acceptable for me. I almost like using this brush like this rather than this, because it just fans it out. A little orangey from what I'm used to, or what I prefer, I guess. But it actually looks really nice on my skin tone. I'm far from being a lefty at all. Ooh. Hey. What? I have this one spot here. Clearly I hurt myself, but I don't know how. Anyway, yeah, I'm liking the bronzer. You probably can't tell as much, but I just like that it blended in so well that it's not really that strong on me. I mean, you can make it as strong or as light as you want to, but it just, I know this lighting is really bad, but it just gives a nice, for me, just gives like a nice warm tone to my face if you were to see it in real time rather than on this screen with this bad lighting. Anyway, that is the bronzer. Let's go in with the lip and cheek tint. This is in the shade Work. This one it's more of a mauve color. It looks a little orangey, but it's actually a little more mauvey. A little more sort of like a rosy brown tone. I'd hate to put it directly on. Now I could either stipple it with a sponge. Let's try it. I'd hate to throw it directly on my face, but you know what? Let's just do it. So it's pigmented if I do it a couple of times. Let's try and blend this out. Very pretty color. Guys, what I love about this product, it just blends so nicely. I'm going to do a photo afterwards so you guys can see the real photo afterwards, but I mean, I'm loading that on. And if you just kind of see, it just blended out beautifully right into the skin. My neighbors are having a good time. But look at that, guys. You can make it as strong. If you could probably build it up if you wanted to, but I like a really soft, very subtle color. I love this color on me. I love it. Oh, I think they're having, I swear I think they're playing drinking games. Anyway, so that is the lip. Oh, you know what? Let's try this. I'm gonna try this on my lips. Good. That smells good. You know what this smells like? I know it's weird to say, but it smells like Fruit Loops. You know what? It's such a nice creamy formula. And I actually like it on the lips. My lips are actually very highly pigmented. A lot of things come out different colors on my lips for some reason. Most things come out very light. Like I have to use like really like browns, mauvey brown tones in order to get like sort of a deeper color out. This, if you guys see, I mean, this is sort of like a mauvey tone, but it still came out kind of pinkish. I don't know. I can never figure it out. Anyway, last but not least, I'm going to use the highlighter Illuminator. This is in the shade Lit, which was the more of the, I want to say the neutral pinky tone, cooler tone. The other shade was more of a warm tone and more of a golden shade, I think. So anyway, it's really looks pretty. There's this little marbly kind of shine to it. We're just going to go with it. I don't know. It kind of left this, I don't know if you can see. It's hard to tell. There you go. You can kind of see that right there. I'm going to blend it out. Like the minute I put that on, it showed texture. All the texture in the lines underneath, I can see them. So it definitely accentuated, and that's what you're going to get with highlighters, to be honest with you. Highlighters are going to give you texture. It's just the nature of the beast. But it is pretty. I like the pretty neutral champagne-y kind of silvery colors. I'm not opposed to the golden ones, but I just think golden is just a little better maybe on darker skin tones. But anyway, I don't really do a lot of the highlighter thing because I do have very textured skin, but just a little bit, just when the light hits it. See, this is a highlighter and this is a blurring illuminator. And I'm wondering if the blurring illuminator is supposed to make things a little more shiny. But anyway, I'm not going to put it directly on my face, but I am going to rub it on here. Can't really see, a little bit. I don't know if you can really tell. It has a little bit. You can kind of see it looks a little dewy, I guess. Underneath here where the concealer is, it is starting to go into my fine lines a little bit. And it's funny, this is a blurring luminizer, but I'm not seeing a lot of illumination. But again, I'm trying it just with this. I mean, I could honestly just take my finger. So if you kind of see, there's a shine to it. There's not a lot of pigment to it. And I wouldn't say what I kind of feel like it says it's blurring. You can't really tell. But on my finger, it's sort of going into like my fingerprint lines. So I feel like that's what they mean by blurring, is it goes into your lines. It almost feels like a cream type of, It reminds me almost like a highlighter, but there's a little bit of a color to it. It's not like this clear luminizer. There is a shade to it. So I don't even think, no, I don't think it came in any sort of shades, but it does sort of change the color underneath it. Just the same as like when you do like a powder type of thing. A lot of times I find that when I put a powder on, it just changes the color on my skin. And so when you use like a translucent powder, a lot of times it's not really translucent at all. I find that it just pales me out and whitens me out. But anyway, let's just go for it. I don't know. Let's just see. To be honest with you, you can kind of see the shine, but it's hard to tell in this lighting. But it's not to the point where it's so, where you're so shiny. You know what I mean? Like it's not this like insane glow. You can see it did change a little bit. A little more glowy, a little more dewy. If you want to, again, I think if you have like really matte skin foundation underneath, you can use this as like an illuminizer. So you can use it on top, just a little bit of a cream to sort of give you a little bit of dewiness. That's just so radiant. Whereas this is not radiant. So if you're using like an illuminating skin tint, something very much like Charlotte Tilbury, that's going to be something that you don't need to have this with. But I do really think that with this, it's not really super luminizing. So adding that product in is actually really a good idea if you want that dewy look. It's going to add that like kind of like that fresh sort of shine to your face. And it's actually not too much. The blurring part, I will say, you may not be able to tell, but it does have a little bit of a blurring effect. So I think what I'll do is just, you know, kind of let this sit on my face. Like we're going to do more of a long-term wear, see how it goes for a little bit. To finish up, I did pick up the Kush Mascara. I know a lot of people, this is made in Italy. A lot of people have talked about, you know, mascaras. Honestly, I've been using a lot of the Farmasi products mascaras. I bought so many that I didn't need to buy new ones for a long time, but I really wanted to venture out and try some other products on the market. I for many years used over the counter. I'm trying to remember which one it was, but it was one of the, you know, the ones that you could buy at the drugstore. And I used the same one all the time. It might be L'Oreal, but I'm pretty sure actually it was L'Oreal. But anyway, I wanted to try it. I don't know. I really don't know about reviews. Nobody really talks about Milk makeup that much anymore. But I've been on this kick about sort of buying all this makeup that other people have talked about before, but it's kind of new to me. So let's go in and try this. I'm gonna shake it up a little bit because I feel like the formula is a little dry, and I don't know if that's just because I have a dry formula or if that's the regular formula, but I didn't feel like it. Usually when you open up like a new mascara, it kind of gets a little messy because it's very, very wet. I did not get that, so I'm just gonna shake it up and see if that does anything. Okay guys, that is one coat of the Kush Mascara. Again, I don't know, it feels like it's a very dry formula. When I got the package, oddly enough, the outside package had a like a piece of tape on it, right? But the tape kind of looked like it wasn't right, like maybe it had been removed and put back on. So I'm a little concerned that maybe it was not a fresh mascara, or it was looked at or tested or something, and maybe that's why it dried out. I'm not really sure why, but I mean, it's there. I mean, it's definitely there. I feel like it's just very odd. I don't know. Tell me your thoughts in the comments down below. Let me know if you had the same issue. If you used this mascara, if you felt like it was a dry formula. Did you get it dry? I'm not really sure if this is just mine or if that's just the formula. Let me know in the comments down below what your experience is with that. I would love to hear. All right, so I applied a second coat. I'm not really sure if that really did anything. I kind of feel like the formula it's still dry. A lot of my problem areas are still showing through. I have this spot here that needs to be covered. So I'm going to cover that, cover a couple of other spots that are just annoying me. You have acne, you have acne, you know? I'm gonna use the sponge to just blend out a little bit. All right, so a little bit better, got a little bit more coverage there. Last but not least, I'm gonna go in with my brow mascara. This is from Farmasi, it's one of my favorites. It is a nice little small mascara. It is nothing too crazy. I love the size of it, I like the color of it. If you guys watch my channel, you will know that I do not muss and fuss with my eyebrows. I kind of leave them the way they are. I just like to brush them out in one direction. I've tried to brush them upwards, and sometimes I'll do that just for, I don't know, kicks, but honestly, I don't know. I just don't stick with that look. I just like them like more natural, sleeked over. That is sort of the way I do things with my brows. I just really want color to kind of fill in the little gaps and make them nice and dark. I love a nice dark eyebrow. I usually like my hair very dark. It's sort of lightening up a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. I had dyed my hair, I think black, or really, no, actually it was more like a purple. But anyway, it was like a purple, but it really came out more of a dark brown black. But I don't know, I was thinking I might color it soon. But anyway, I love nice dark hair. I love nice dark eyebrows. I am a brunette lover. My boyfriend has beautiful dark hair. It's always been my type to go for that. So anyway, so that is my look. I'm just gonna go in with my Hydro Grip Set spray, and we're gonna set it. Doesn't really have a smell. It's nice and cooling. Let that set. And that is my Milk Makeup face for the day. So let me just do a rundown of some of my favorites and what my thoughts are. So let's get to it. So I wanted to share my thoughts with what I used today and what I really liked. To be honest with you, I don't think there was any product that I really would say I didn't like. I did find that the concealer was okay. I did see that it did kind of set a little bit my fine lines and wrinkles, but actually the coverage was really well, and it did blend into the skin really well, and it did mix well with the skin tint. The skin tint actually was a really good formula. I like the way it sat on my skin. I don't feel like I'm really wearing that much makeup or makeup at all. It feels very lightweight. The coverage was actually really good. I wasn't sure if it was going to be too light, but it actually is sort of like a really good medium coverage. And I added a little extra of the concealer to build up some of the coverage where I had some trouble spots, but the two worked very well together. The Hydro Grip Primer, well, this is actually the fixing spray. I'm not really sure if they even, I guess I got a little confused. I don't really have a primer. Very good things about this, and a lot of people love it. So this is a very good keeper for me. The cooling water, this I don't know that really, I didn't really feel it as super cooling. I liked the way it felt on my face. I definitely want to try this a little bit more. Now, when it came to the sticks, I had said kind of in the beginning, I did feel that when I ordered it, I was a little surprised when I got these little baby sticks, because I kind of ordered just a regular one, and it didn't say mini. So I was a little taken back by the fact that this was just a small one as opposed to this size. Now, apparently this is a jumbo size, but they didn't mention that it was a jumbo size when I ordered them. So anyway, just to let you guys know that I do feel like In the minis, you're getting 0.19 ounces, which is about 0.2. The larger ones, I believe you're getting 1 ounce. So if you think about it, that's 5 times the amount. You're getting 5 times the amount. This was $20 and this was $38. I got a huge discount on all of this product. But if you think about it, $20 times 5 would be $100. So if you're going to buy it, buy this size because you're getting way more product for the amount of money that you're spending. Bronzer was a really nice shade. This one is in Baked. Really nice color. The formula really blends out nicely. So if you really don't want that harsh of a color, you're really gonna like it. It blends beautifully and it just melted right into the skin. I feel like the color was really nice. The same thing with the lip and cheek tint. I really like the formula. These formulas are actually really good, and they're affordable prices. Just the colors are really nice. This color I really found was really nice on the cheeks. You can use it on your lips as well. The formula is very good, very blendable, very creamy. The same with the highlighter, really blended nicely. Again, any of the luminizers, like the highlighter or the illuminizer, is gonna bring out the texture in your skin. But if you want to get sort of like a dewy look, the luminizer had a blurring effect to it as opposed to the highlighter. So if you're looking for a little bit of that shine, I would definitely recommend the luminizer stick over the highlighter if you're going to go for one or the other. I feel like you don't really need both. I think you could just go with the luminizer. But anyway, that's just a matter of preference. Yeah, and the only thing I would say that I did not find that was that great is the Kush Mascara. Like I said, I don't know if this is just the way the formula is or if I got sort of like a dried out one, but I found that the formula was very, very dry. I mean, it worked, it was okay, but for some reason, it just felt way drier for a brand new product for me to open it up. So let me know in the comments down below if you had that same issue, if you've received it dry, or if just it's a dry formula. I'm not really even sure. But yeah, so those are my thoughts on the Milk Makeup products that I got. Yeah, so thank you for watching, guys. This was my look. And if you like this content, please just hit that like button, share it with your friends. It really helps me out a lot. And again, hopefully you will subscribe to my channel. So please hit that subscribe button and that little notification bell so you get notified when I post new content.